Hello everyone. Today I am going to explain Lagrange's mean value theorem from class 12. So in this theorem we are going to use the differentiation, and this theorem states that if a function fx defined in a closed interval a to b is such that, means a function fx is defined between a to b, and if it is satisfying the two given conditions. The first condition is fx is continuous in the closed interval, means the given function should be continuous in the given closed interval, and the second condition is fx is derivable in the open interval, and fx should be differentiable. Derivable means differentiable in open interval a to b. So if any function is satisfying these two conditions, so what are the conditions? First condition is continuous in the given closed interval and differentiable in the given open interval. In that situation, Lagrange's mean value theorem says that then there exists at least one value c of x within the interval, which interval? Open interval a to b, such that f dash c is equal to fb minus fa upon b minus a. Means that from this open interval there exists a value of x such that at that particular value, if we will find out f dash c, then that f dash c is equivalent to the fb minus fa upon b minus a. Fb means function's value at the upper limit, fa means function's value at the lower limit, b minus a means upper limit minus lower limit. So this is Lagrange's mean value theorem. So what are the conclusions? So first the function should satisfy these two conditions, and if a function is satisfying these two conditions, then according to the Lagrange's mean value theorem, there exists a value of x in between the open interval a and b, such that at that value f dash c is equal to fb minus fa upon b minus a. Now its geometrical meaning. So what is the geometrical meaning of this theorem? So geometrical meaning of Lagrange's mean value theorem: if a curve has a tangent at each of its points, then there exists at least one point P on the curve such that the tangent of P is parallel to the chord AB joining its extremities. Means here A and B are representing the upper limit and the lower limit. So this is the lower limit and this is the upper limit, which is given in the interval, and fa means function's value at upper limit, fb means function's value at the lower limit. So this is the curve of the given function. So this curve is representing the fx. So at this curve many points are there, and at all points you can draw the tangents, but among all the points there must exist a point P where if you draw the tangent, then this tangent is parallel to the chord which is joining the extremities, means extremes, that is upper limit and lower limit. The chord which you obtain, to it the tangent is going to be parallel. So at least one tangent must be there. At least one tangent means it can be more than one tangent, because if your curve is like this, zigzag curve if you have, then you can get points P, Q and R, where if you draw the tangents, then more than one, you can get the more than one tangents which are parallel to the chord which is joining the extremities. So I hope the Lagrange's mean value theorem geometrical meaning is clear. So what is the geometrical meaning? That on the curve of fx there are many points. On that point, if we are going to draw the tangents, then there exists minimum one tangent which is parallel to the chord which is obtained by joining the extremities. Extremities means here upper limit and lower limit of the closed interval or open interval which is given in the question. So I hope Lagrange's mean value theorem is clear to you. Now we will solve one question which is based on the Lagrange's mean value theorem. So students, I picked it from the exercise 7.6. It's the exercise 7.6 question number 3. So exercise 7.6 question number 3, A part. So what the question is, verify the Lagrange's mean value theorem for following functions. So today I am explaining only A part. Then in my next video, I will explain the remaining part of this question. So we'll understand only a part today. So the given function is x plus 1 upon x, where x belongs in the closed interval 1 to 3. Now students, here this 1 upon x means its power is x minus 1. We can write this 1 upon x as x minus 1, and you know that if variable's power is negative, then that complete function is not going to be a polynomial. So we can't say that it's a polynomial. Since it's not a polynomial, so we cannot directly write that since fx is polynomial, so we know that it's continuous and differentiable for all real number. That statements are only applicable if the function is a polynomial. Since it's not a polynomial, so one by one we have to prove the continuity as well as the differentiability. So first we start from the first condition of Lagrange's mean value theorem. So what is the first condition? That the function should be continuous in the closed interval. So we start here. Since fx is x plus 1 upon x, so how we know this? It is given to us. Now to prove the continuity of a function, it's sufficient to find out that the function is defined for all the values or not, and at each value of x, the function should have the unique value. Like the closed interval is from 1 to 3. 1 to 3 means the value of x can be 1, then 1.5, 1.2, 2, 2.5, 2.3 like this. So x can have many values which belongs from 1 to 3, and if you are going to put that values here, and in that situation we know that for every value it's not going to be infinity. Since it's not going to be infinity means finite. For every value of x which we substitute here, the fx is going to be finite. First thing, that the function is finite, it's not going to be infinite. Second thing, for every value of x which belongs between 1 to 3, is it have different values or not. So in your mind you just calculate. If you will put here 1, then it's going to be 2. If you will put here 2, then it's going to be 2.5, like this. So here when you will substitute the different values which belongs from 1 to 3, you will get different answers of fx. That means the fx is unique for each x belongs to closed interval 1 to 3. Now since it is finite and have unique value, that's why we can say that fx is continuous in the interval 1 to 2. So this is the method to prove fx is continuous in a closed interval or not. So what are the conditions? Finite and unique. So remember it, if you have to prove any function is continuous in a closed interval, then you should focus on two things: whether the function is finite for every value of x which belongs in the closed interval, and unique or not. Now since first condition is satisfied, so now we move to the second condition. Now what is the second condition? The function should be differentiable in the open interval. So differentiable, that's why first you just find out its first derivative. So first I wrote here fx. Since fx is x plus 1 upon x, this I wrote as x to the power n, because I am going to use here x to the power n differentiation formula. So I wrote in the power notation. Now I am going to differentiate it with respect to x. So when I will differentiate it with respect to x, it's going to be f dash x. F dash x means first derivative of function with respect to x. So when we differentiate, x differentiation is 1, and when we differentiate x to the power minus 1, we are going to use the formula x to the power n. So x to the power n differentiation is n x n minus 1. So when we follow that formula, we will obtain here minus 1 x to the power minus 2, because n minus 1 when you will do, you will get here minus 1, that is minus 2. So minus 2 become, you just shift down, so it's going to be x square. So we obtain here f dash x. Now we have to check whether it's differentiable or not in the open interval. So for it, it's sufficient to find out whether it is defined or not defined. Defined or not defined means it should not be infinity at any value of x. So since x belongs in the open interval means this 1 and 3 are not included. Between 1 and 3, like from 1.1 to 2.9, just take any value here and orally in your mind you substitute and check whether you are getting infinity or not. So if you substitute, we will not get infinity at any value, That's why it is defined. Since f dash x is defined for every value of x which belongs between the open interval 1 to 3, that's why fx is derivable in the open interval 1 to 3. So this is the method to prove that the function is differentiable in the open interval or not. So what's the method? First find out the f dash x and then check that from the open interval, if you substitute each and every term here, infinity should not come. It should not be infinite. Infinite means not defined. It should be defined here. The function should be defined for every value of x which belongs between the open interval. Since the f dash x is defined, so you can write here it's differentiable. Now since both conditions, then just write down, since both condition of Lagrange's mean value theorem is satisfied, so there exists. Then what the Lagrange's mean value theorem says? Then there exists at least one point C belongs between the open interval 1 to 3 where f dash C is equal to f3 minus f1 upon 3 minus 1. It is upper limits function's value at upper limit minus function value at lower limit upon upper limit minus lower limit. So this you can obtain from the Lagrange's mean value theorem. So f dash C. So already we calculated here f dash x. So if we want f dash C, x is just replaced by c, so we will get here 1 minus 1 upon c square. That's why students, instead of f dash c, I wrote 1 minus 1 upon c square. Now f3. f3 means what's your fx? fx is x plus 1 upon x. So if you want f3, then wherever x is there, replace it by 3. So you will obtain here 3 plus 1 upon 3. In the same way f1. So if you want f1, then x we have to replace by 1. So we will obtain here 1 plus 1 upon 1. So students, just see, instead of f3 and f1, I wrote here 3 plus 1 upon 3. Then this minus sign as it is. Then f1 is 1 plus 1 upon 1. So instead of fx, I substituted the value. So from there I obtained this. Then down 3 minus 1. Then you just do plus minus and obtain this result. Here just cancel it. Now since we want c, that's why we shift this 1 upon c square here and this 2 upon 3 in that side, take the LCM, then do the reciprocal. So we want c only, so take the square root. So we will obtain plus minus root 3. So c value is, root 3 value you all know, that is 1.732. Now since the interval have the positive sign, so among these two values, so c have two values, one is positive 1.732 and another is negative 1.732. So which value is satisfying here? Positive 1.732. So c's value is 1.732 which belongs between the open interval 1 to 3 where f dash c is equal to f3 minus f1 upon 3 minus 1. Since Rolle's theorem is completely applied here, that's why we can, not Rolle's theorem, sorry students, it's a Lagrange's mean value theorem. Since Lagrange's mean value theorem is completely applied here, that's why we can write here that Lagrange's mean value theorem is verified. I hope the Lagrange's mean value theorem is clear to you. So what are the conditions? First condition is it should be continuous in the closed interval. The second condition, it should be differentiable in the open interval. Then there exists f dash c. What is c here? C is any point which belongs between the open interval where f dash c is equal to fb minus fa upon b minus a, and where b and a are the upper limit and lower limit of the given class interval. So I hope it's clear to you. If you have any problem and any suggestions, you can write in comment so that we can improve as well as we can clear your doubts. Thank you.